We are in the middle of World War III. Trump commits treason on behalf of the Israeli lobby and Netanyahu. But Kevin Durant got traded. Kevin Durant got traded. So we're going to cover this news. And this is also part of history. I'm not going to get into politics and global matters and global interests, but this is actually part of history. This right here is Kevin Durant being etched in history. This is something that I had to cover. I had to make a video on this. I have to use my journalistic skills. Kevin Durant. The Phoenix Suns are trading two-time NBA Finals MVP Kevin Durant to the Houston Rockets for Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, and the number 10 pick in the 2025 draft. And 5 second-round picks. Sources tell ESPN. So Kevin Durant is a Rocket. I'm a Rocket, man. Burning on a... Kevin Durant's a Rocket. Kevin Durant's a Houston Rocket. And here's the thing that I have to say about this trade. So here's the full breakdown. The Rockets receive Kevin Durant, and the Suns receive Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, the 10th pick, and 5 second-round picks. I ain't gonna lie, the Suns fleeced. The Suns... Bro, the Suns completely scammed the Rockets. So you're telling me the only thing that the Rockets required was Kevin Durant in return for Jalen Green, who I know Jalen Green gets a lot of criticism, but let's not act like he's a bad player. And the most underrated part of this whole trade is Dillon Brooks. How do you trade Dillon Brooks? Bro, he flies under the radar. Talk about Dillon Brooks. When he left Memphis, it was completely different. He brought the toughness to Memphis. And you can say that he's a fake wannabe bully. He's a villain. He's all this type of stuff. Dillon Brooks is the culture. When Dillon Brooks shows up on your team, he sets the tone. You're playing aggressive. Now all of a sudden you saw the Rockets. The Rockets before Dillon Brooks showed up. Because you remember on that offseason, they signed Fred VanVleet. They acquired Fred VanVleet. They also acquired Dillon Brooks in the same offseason. And then you just see them take off. He sets the culture. When he was in Memphis, he set the tone. When he was in Houston, he set the tone. They played aggressively. They were the guys that you didn't want to step on their toes. And you're just going to trade him? Bro, this is the best thing that the Suns could have done. This is the most underrated acquisition of this whole trade in Dillon Brooks. Now also they have a chance of getting a guy like, let's just say they want a center. They have a chance of getting Malawak or Derek Queen to upgrade that role. This is a complete steal by the Suns. They can go full rebound now. The only thing that I don't like is now they have 3 shooting guards. What are they going to do? Because, Bradley Beal has a no trade clause, so he's staying. Devin Booker's not a point guard. When Devin Booker plays out of his position, he's terrible. Let's just be honest. When Devin Booker plays out of his position and he tries to be Steve Nash, he tries to incorporate the offense, and he starts averaging more assists. He literally starts averaging more assists than shots. He starts averaging more, and then his 3-point percentage goes down, and he just becomes he's not good when he plays the point guard. When Devin Booker was at his peak, he was playing the number 2 position. Now you're going to bring in a guy like Jalen Green who plays the same position? And you can't relocate Green, because look at what happened to the Suns last year. When they tried to relocate Devin Booker because they wanted Bradley Beal to play the 2 guard, look at what happened. It completely fell apart. So you can't have 3 shooting guards playing the same position at once. Like, that's not something that can happen. I don't know. Maybe Jalen Green can impress people and he can actually end up, maybe playing like a small forward. Like, he can start playing the 3 position. But I don't know if that's like his natural position. I think he's good when he's able to just get the ball passed to him and, get to a spot in 3 dribbles and less, or just shoot the ball. I think that's like his natural position, but we'll see. But I do think that he's going to be better in Phoenix than Houston, if that makes any sense. Because now I feel like this is a whole youth movement. They're now going, I really like this move for Phoenix because they're going full youth. This is OKC Part 2. I'm calling it right now. This is OKC Part 2. If they really lean into this, and Bradley Beal needs to come off the bench, but if they can lean into just a starting 5 of young players and keep rebuilding in that motion, I can see them within 5 years. If they keep doing this, they keep getting picks, they do what OKC did, just copy the formula, get good, solid, young role players around them. I can see them becoming very, very competitive in the West. Let me just address this first. So Legion Hoops posts this. Breaking, the Suns will be looking to reroute Jalen Green. And then the Suns do not plan to trade Jalen Green. And they're obviously, Jalen Green's not going nowhere because this guy, Gambo 987, is the best source for Phoenix Suns anything. So he goes before anybody this morning at 10:53 a.m. He says a Kevin Durant deal is very close. Phoenix continues to work with multiple teams to get the deal that they want. I expect it to happen today or tomorrow. He posted that before anybody posted anything. And then we got the Shams three hours later. So this guy's legit. And Jalen Green's not going nowhere. Look, the Suns do not plan to trade Jalen Green. He is expected to play along Devin Booker in the backcourt. I don't know. I think that's a bad decision by the Suns. Devin Booker's not a good point guard. He's just not. He's not. When he went to the finals, he was the 2. When he was at his best, when he was scoring 70 points when he came into the league, when he was his best, Devin Booker is at his best when he's playing shooting guard, not point guard. Yeah, that's not, you know what I'm saying? That's like asking Dante DiVincenzo to play point guard instead of shooting guard. We saw DiVincenzo with the Knicks, and then we saw DiVincenzo with the Timberwolves. You can't get a shooting guard and make him a point guard. It just doesn't work. People have their natural positions. Anthony Davis wants to play power forward for a reason. He complained about being the center. Anthony Davis at power forward is literally a top 5 power forward of all time. Anthony Davis as a center, it's not even a match. We saw what Anthony Davis was doing with, remember when Anthony Davis had DeMarcus Cousins and DeMarcus Cousins was playing center? Anthony Davis, when he is a power forward and he's playing the forward position, is literally top 5 all time. When he's a center, it's a different story. You can't change people's positions. They're there for a reason. Devin Booker, when he's playing the point guard and carrying the load and dribbling the ball up and down the court, now he has to focus on passing. Now he has to focus on looks. He's going to get his 10 assists. He's going to get his 8, 9, 10 assists. But his shooting is going to go completely down. His function's going to go completely down. And it's terrible. So now what are you talking about? So what are you talking about when you say Devin Booker and Jalen Green are going to play alongside? No. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad if they did move off of Jalen Green and try to find a better deal. Or with the number 10 pick, they try to because it makes no sense. You can't have Jalen Green coming off the bench, right? You can't have Jalen Green coming off the bench. So we'll see what happens there, but maybe he can lean into that 3 position because, basketball is kind of becoming like a transcendent sport. Where you can have point guards playing multiple positions, but we'll see. Again, like I said, I find the whole Dillon Brooks trade the most underrated part of this whole deal. No cap. Bro, Dillon Brooks is like the perfect 3-and-D player. I'm not even joking. Bro, he brings that culture wherever he goes. In Memphis, dun 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 dun. When he brought that dance to Memphis, then he got traded to Houston. He brought that fire to Houston. They made the playoffs. And now he's in Phoenix alongside Devin Booker. Don't mess with Devin Booker. He's going to have D-Books back. So he's like the best 3-and-D player. Don't forget what Dillon Brooks did to the Celtics this season. Lit him up. So I really like that Dillon Brooks acquisition. I really do. And I don't know about Kevin Durant because here's the thing. Here's the thing about this trade for Kevin Durant. Aren't they just going to be in the same position that they were this year? Think about it. You got rid of all of these people. You got rid of Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, and you gave them a fresh, nice pick. So you are literally getting rid of your youth and key players that brought you to the playoffs in terms of Kevin Durant. Now, I understand that the Houston Rockets were the number 2 seed this year, right? Yeah, they're the number 2 seed this year. But are we really expecting Kevin Durant to lead this team to the playoff or lead this team to a finals? Like, let's look at Kevin Durant's track record, bro. I'm not even trying to hate. Nets, he had a phenomenal team in Brooklyn. Didn't go nowhere. Phoenix, we know what happened. Didn't go nowhere. The only time he's won was when he deadass had, when he was on the greatest team of all time. That's the only team where he won. What's he gonna do with the Rockets? And then you give up like a number that, bro, whoever this person is gonna be nice. Whoever this person is guaranteed to be nice. So this is just another player to play alongside this new youth movement in Phoenix and develop. And then you got 5 second-round picks. So now you have more picks that they can trade for another player. Wow. Rockets. And then you got to think about KD's age. Like, Kevin Durant at this age is still going to give you 25 buckets a game. He's going to give you 25 buckets a game at least, minimum, right? He's going to average 25. And I think he's going to thrive under Ime Udoka, right? I think he's going to thrive under that system. But at the same time, he's older now. At the same time, it didn't work out in Phoenix. It didn't work out in Brooklyn. You're really going to pull the trigger and like take a gamble on what's this going to do? But I do think the Rockets are going to be nice. They still have Fred VanVleet. They still have Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith Jr., Tari Eason. And now they have Kevin Durant. And then they still have Steven Adams that they just had. Jock Londale is a good backup center. So like, this is a really good trade for the Rockets. But now it's you have to win. There's no excuse not to win anymore if you're Houston. You pulled the trigger. Now, bro, you got to really think about it too. They're really thinking like the Rockets front office. This is low-key a good trade as well. Because they pushed the Golden State Warriors to, 7 games? Yeah, they pushed the Warriors this year to 7 games. Could you imagine if the Rockets had Kevin Durant? Bro, they would have closed this series easy versus the Warriors. No cap. Bro, if the Rockets had Kevin Durant, they would have beat the Warriors this year, bro. No cap. So I can low-key seeing them doing really good this year. But Kevin Durant, he's got to stop the nonchalant, and he's got to really take up the throne of the leader now. Because you a leader, bro. There's no excuses not to win in the system. I'm not even joking. This might be the best team that Kevin Durant has been on in about, let's just say since 2021. So for 4 years, this is the best team Kevin Durant has been on in 4 years. There's no excuse not to win. No excuse. Let's see Kevin Durant. This is Kevin Durant finding out that he was officially traded to the Houston Rockets.
You're headed to Houston. You're headed to Houston. How does that sound?
We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see.
We'll see what happens, but I am excited. Great young core, great coach. I think he's going to be a great fit there. A lot going on right now. I'm asking 2 more questions.
Bro, these interviewers are so overrated, bro. Like, bro, I'm tired of the whole Joy Taylor and what's this lady's name? I don't even know her name, but I remember she had a podcast with Joy Taylor, and it was like the most annoying thing ever, where they would just talk about like, bro, these chicks are so trash at their job, and the only reason why they have a job is because they were gardening tools and used their beauty and everything else that they could to get to the top. We know what Joy Taylor did, and they was best friends. What do you think they did? Come on, bro. These gardening tools used and raked themselves to the top. And now they trash reporters. They only rely on their looks. Does anybody even nobody talks about her for her bro, you know how sad it is to be a reporter and nobody actually values you for your talent of a job? When was the last time you ever heard someone genuinely say out of their mouth that this person, the reason why I like her is because she's a really good, phenomenal reporter and she asks great questions. That sentence has never been uttered before in history. The only compliment she gets is based on her looks. But you ain't a reporter. You in the wrong industry. Fuck you mean? Like, I'm tired of this, bro. She has no talent. This girl is trash. Literally. Let's see what she says.
She's gonna be a great fit there. A lot going on right now.
He'll be a great fit there. A lot going on right now. I'm gonna ask you 2 more questions. Can you read the room? How about you play into it? How about you see his reaction? And I love Kevin Durant trying to act like he didn't know. Like he didn't give a list. Like he wasn't in contact with the Houston Rockets. Like he didn't know that he was gonna go there. Don't act surprised, Kevin. But how about you read the room, lady? How do you feel about, she should have literally done this. How do y'all feel about KD going to the Rockets? Put the mic on the crowd. See, only a person of intelligence will know to do that. Don't move on. This is big. This is history. You're just going to ignore. It's like you're brushing it off. You can't brush this off. Kevin Durant is going to the Rockets, the Houston Rockets. And you just go, well, I'm going to ask you 2 more questions. I think he's going to be a good fit there. How about you ask him 2 more questions about how he feels about going to the Rockets? And what do you think he's going to do? Trash. You suck as a reporter, genuinely. Absolutely terrible job. Yeah, at least this one here, this white lady here, at least she has a little bit of, she has some journalistic ability, not like the other one. That other chick is trash. Let's go.
Kevin Durant. Okay, hold on. Anything new? Anything you want to tell me?
Everything's been pretty solid, pretty much the same the last couple weeks.
Can I introduce you for the first time ever, maybe, as Houston Rocket Kevin Durant?
That would be very fitting right now, yeah.
What does that feel like? It happened moments ago here at Fanatics Fest. What is going on?
Fanatics Fest is crazy. If you haven't been here and been tapped in, anything can happen at Fanatics Fest, like me getting traded. But being a part of the Houston Rockets, I'm looking forward to it. Crazy last couple weeks, but I'm glad it's over with.
Kevin, I watched you. You didn't find out then. You knew before, right?
I had an idea, but I didn't know exactly when it was going to happen. So I'm glad we kind of did this on stage. It worked out. Fanatics Fest deserved to have that moment.
It was unbelievable. And then I watched it, and honestly, every tooth is showing.
That boy knew he was going to the Rockets, man. He knew he was going to the Rockets. He gave a list. Come on, man. Stop it.
You were smiling. What did that feel like? How do you feel? How happy are you?
You know, when people...
This is what that chick on the stage should have done. This girl, at least, like, she's at least talent. She's good at her job. That other girl, we know what she's done to get to the top. Absolutely oh my God. Absolutely unbearable. Absolutely fucking unbearable. This girl's at least asking questions. We want to know how he feels. This is, oh, that girl's so bad. She had the most golden opportunity of a reporter's lifetime. You have a in real lifetime trade. Kevin Durant just got announced traded to the Houston Rockets in real time. You have Kevin Durant there in real time and you sell like that? Bro, that is a reporter's dream. That is a journalist's dream to have that moment. It's you asking the question. You get the first you get the first ground. Come on, man. You get that gold. She got handed a pot of gold and she completely just, well, I think he's going to be a good fit. But anyway, disregarding how you guys feel and how the world wants to know any additional information, I have 2 more questions for you, KD. That girl sucks. She sucks at her job, man. She can only rely on her looks. I want y'all to understand, bro. She had no makeup. The bit would be she wouldn't, bro. If bro, I don't even want to talk about it, bro. Plastic surgery and makeup be fooling y'all, bro. Get these chicks out the, bro. Get these jokers out the damn. Get them out of reporting, bro. Get them out of reporting.
Fanatics Fest deserved to have that moment.
It was unbelievable. And then I watched it, and honestly, every tooth is showing. You were smiling. What did that feel like? How do you feel? How happy are you?
You know, when people could just hang your career in the balance like that and just choose what they want to do with your career is a nerve-wracking feeling, but being able to kind of dictate what you want to do and then being with a team that values you, and I'm looking forward to it.
Kevin, people are going to hold on to that dictate what you want to do. Did you have a hand in this?
Most definitely.
How much of it?
I mean, they asked me where I wanted to go. Some of my destinations, I gave them to them, and here we are.
Can you tell me what, I'm going to follow you wherever you go. I'm going to be your biggest fan. I want to know why Houston. Obviously, close to Austin, you've got, Amen's there, Jeff Green's there, you played with him. Why Houston?
We just had a great season last year. Love their leadership.
Yeah, this girl's good at her job. She knows how to do it, bro. She's asking actual good questions. I envy it a little bit. Like, I wish I was in these positions. She got a pot of gold, and she's asking good questions. She gets to break this. Oh, man. I got to work harder.
Yeah, I felt like I'd be a good addition.
Are we recruiting Russell Westbrook? We're going to bring all the okay.
After that, we just got one thing figured out today. We'll figure the rest out.
Hey, nah, Katie, I don't like how you react to that, man. Nah, you see how Russell Westbrook, you see how GOAT man Westbrook got these guys shook? You bring up his name and they act like he's the boogeyman. Don't react like that. He carried your bum ass to a finals, KD. You should be on your knees thanking him every year.
Are we recruiting Russell Westbrook? We're going to bring all the okay.
After that, we just got one thing figured out today. We'll figure the rest out as we go, It's still early.
You seem very happy.
I am.
Why are you turning from the camera?
Oh, yeah, my bad.
I'm not just talking to you. What is happening? Micah Parsons was just here. Do you want to recruit him to the Commanders? Yeah. Micah, get on in here. He's not signed to the Cowboys. Let's do this.
I think he will be a Commander at some point in his career.
When?
I would say 2 years from now.
Yo, I only rock with Dan Quinn, you know what I mean? Anybody else?
Exactly. That's all he need to rock with.
My neck hurts. You guys are too tall. I can't handle this. Micah, I love you. This is the Houston Rocket.
I know. Hey, he know I'm finna come and support. Hey.
All right.
That's my dog. Slim Reaper.
Slim Reaper for life. Okay, one last one for you. You love that it happened at Fanatics games. Why is that?
Say it again.
Why did you love that this happened at Fanatics games, Fanatics Fest?
It's just to celebrate sport in general, man. It's just great atmosphere, great community of sports fans, and it was fit. I thought it was fitting for that to happen here, so it's cool.
How dangerous are the Rockets going to be now?
We shall see. We shall see.
Kevin, how dangerous? What do I need to know?
Be a solid team. I mean,
damn, KD, you gonna fall for the white gal like that? Bro, you see how much power this white gal got? Bro, she asked him a question. He actually gave a reasonable answer. He says, we'll see. And she says, Kevin, come on. My man's folded and gave, bro, come on, KD. Stand on business. You gave an answer, bro. Oh, my goodness, bro.
See. We shall see.
Kevin, how dangerous? What do I need to know?
Be a solid team. I mean, they were won 50-plus games last year, played a great season. But all this stuff takes time and work and effort and execution, so we'll see what happens.
Last one for you. A lot of heartbroken Suns fans right now. What would you like to say? That's not true. No, literally, heartbroken Suns fan. Right over there.
I just felt like, they wanted me to go. So it's like, I'm glad we both, they got what they wanted and I got what I wanted. So we can move on, and good luck to them going forward. And I always remember my time there, but we on something else.
Now you're going to go kick Tom Brady's ass at Fanatics game.
Exactly.
Shout out to KD, man. And shout out to this girl. She's actually really good at her job.